Hello YouTube, this is Silver Age Dave. This video is coming out and I have a big shout out to Comics with Bueller. Comics with Bueller started a handful of months ago when I was entering into some health things, and I feel bad. This is the first contest I've done for Bueller. My apologies. He has come on strong. He's got a very professional channel. I think he's using every tool in the bucket. He's got Instagram, he's got links, he's got all kinds of tools available. His channel has just exploded, and you see him in the chats, you see him active in the YouTube community. So my compliments to him on jumping in with both feet and making such a great go of it. So anyway, he's got a great contest going on. It's a 750 sub contest. He's at 1,077 today. So all those things he's doing, those are the right things. They are paying off for him. He's got an easy contest, I think, to enter. You got to be 18 plus or minus. There's some variance there. Anywhere is fine. You got a sub. Video. There's lots of ways. So I'm going to put a link, and you can join his. You got to watch his video because he's got more ways to enter. That's Bueller right there. He's got more ways to enter than my brain can keep up with. I'm a simple man. I don't have Instagram or Snapchat or Facebook or any of that stuff. I just have YouTube, and that's good for me. But on his video, he gives you lots of ways to get lots of entries. He wants to see a first app in a comic book, and he wants to hear about the music, an album or something you listened to when you were in high school. And so I'm going to start with music and end with music. But you know, one of the big influences I had was always Bruce Springsteen, and I'm real particular to early Bruce Springsteen. I felt when I was in college, it all changed for Bruce. You know, the old standards that he was putting out always seemed to be he was humbly singing about someone else. It wasn't really about him. It was about the women or the people or everyone else. And then it seemed there was a change with Bruce, and he made it big time. Maybe MTV, I think, got to him a little bit. I think your head can get a little bit big, and all the music started to become about him. So this was absolutely my high school stuff I loved. And this actual album here is an unopened copy of The River, which is just an excellent album. But as you can see, it's still factory sealed. Of course, the one I listened to was not sealed. I listened to it, but this is a beautiful copy of that. I get into collecting some of the unsealed ones, and so that's a neat one. And then the other one, though, that I'm going to show off, and I'm not kidding, in high school I listened to this record a million times. Now my mom still has the original record at home, and I will have that someday. I picked this one up at a garage sale for cheap. The Smothers Brothers, if you have an opportunity, I'm going to put a link to a Smothers Brothers song or two. But this was a comedy album they did, and it's a little beat, but you can see there's songs like Chocolate, Hangman, I Don't Care, Laredo, Cabbage. I mean, every song on here is just absolutely hilarious. And I was listening to a great live show yesterday. Regie and Thanatos did a little live thing. It was real enjoyable. But my name came up at some point, and during the chat, I wasn't in it, but it came up, and Regie commented that, hey, that dude's a funny dude, so thank you for that. But whether I'm funny or not, a lot of my humor comes from stuff like this. It was good, it was clean, it was wholesome, and I'm not saying, oh, I like Jerry Seinfeld more than Chris Rock because one's clean and one's not. I like comedy, okay? I let my hair down. I'm not uptight about things, but this is true funny. You listen to guys like Groucho Marx, and you listen to guys like Henny Youngman, and you know, you watch Mel Brooks stuff. and Carl Reiner, and it's just funny and it's clean and it's beautiful. So that's music. Believe it or not, in high school, I used to put this thing on and I'd go to bed and it would just play. So that's great. So there's some music. Thanks for asking that question, Bueller. And to make it quick, because I don't want this to last forever, I was always a big Howard the Duck fan. Okay, here's a treasury. I've got a couple of these. I'm a multiples guy. I got a couple of everything here. But Howard the Duck was always big time for me. There's a Foom number 15. This was a preview. Coincidentally, in here, there's a preview of Captain Britain and Miss Marvel. So it's a great issue to have if you don't have it already. But Howard, to me, I always found to be absolutely hilarious. This is a magazine size. It's number 1. He always had a thing about him that was slapstick, and just like the Smothers Brothers and the music, when I was a younger guy, now I read everything, but things like Howard the Duck and Gru, for that matter, they really jumped out at me. And there's number 3. I got those a little bit out of order, and there was just a whole lot that was going on in Howard the Duck comics, and we see. This one, Vin Crew was talking about the other day. This is the first appearance of Kiss in comics. Okay, so it's the first time they as a rock band. Now, I'm not going to open this up, but it's the first appearance of them in comics. And I shouted out to Vin Crew, and I said, hey, there's a variant version of that's highly sought after. And so there's the variant version. Okay, and then that leads us to the first app. So that's a band that I listened to. I was a Kiss fan when I was a kid, and it's funny. My youngest 2 kids are Kiss fans. My boys Andrew and Chase, who are my super sons, they're young still, and it's so funny because they're buddies and the girls they hang out with, they're listening to a lot of modern stuff. But if I'm flipping through stations and there's any obscure Kiss song on, they recognize it right away and they say, Dad, go back, and they want to watch that Kiss or listen to Kiss, and they get a kick out of those guys. So Kiss is king. And then of course this was a book. I had one of these already, but I picked this up in my big mystery haul. I'm doing unboxings right now. And this was in there. It's a unread version of the Super Special starring Kiss. And someone had shouted this out the other day, and it is absolutely true. Kiss Blood is actually in the red ink for this issue. So I thought I would show that. Gene Simmons, like him or hate him, however you feel about the band, he is an absolute genius. Some people are genius at multiple things. They are the lucky ones. And he was absolutely a promoter, and he was able to get his name in lights. He was able to do things that no one else did. I mean, he still is doing that. He is still, cutting edge in marketing for a band that really hasn't toured. So anyway, Kiss is my last band. And we've got the first appearance, Comics with Bueller. Thanks for the great contest, guys. It's a great prize package. He has an amazing main prize, and then the other day he had a video he released with some extra prizes that he's putting in. It's really a beautiful grand prize, and I compliment him on his success. Congratulations, Bueller. I wish you the best. I think this channel will be if anyone's going to hit 2,000 in a 12-month period, that's probably the guy. Like I say, he's doing everything right. He's using all the tools out there. Like Gene Simmons being a big promoter, I think Comics with Bueller is a great example of a YouTube promoter. Keep up the good work. Keep the videos coming out. With that, Silver Age Dave contest entry for Comics with Bueller. It ends now. So anyone out there who hasn't entered, this is the time to get in. Silver Age Dave is out.